Hello and welcome. My name is Ali, and in this video I will be demonstrating three main features of the mFile system. So this is the mFile desktop application, which is the client user interface to the system. mFiles stores all its data as objects, and there are many types of objects that can be created. mFile users primarily create document objects, which are essentially a file from the user that has metadata attached to it, such as a name, department, keyword, or any property you want to add. Other type of objects that can be created are customers, assignments, or workflows. So here is a demonstration of creating a document object from the mFiles interface. You can see we can choose the class of what type of document we are creating to help make content more organized, and this is essentially going to add predefined attributes in this object. Now in this dialog, we add metadata to this object, and these are the predefined attributes I have mentioned earlier. We can also add our own property if we wish. After creation, we can see the document has been added. Other methods to add content to mFiles are importing them. For example, you can drag and drop files to mFiles desktop interface, or in the case of well-known applications such as Word, mFiles will integrate itself into them. As you can see, there is an mFiles tab that allows you to add the Word file directly to mFiles. Assignments can be used, for instance, to request a colleague to finish a certain task. For example, currently I'm logged in with the CEO user account, and I want to create an assignment for the secretary. So I have a document here that I want to create 10 copies of. So by selecting the document and clicking Assignments, then I can define the assignment and assign it to the secretary user account. After creating the assignment, I will log into the system from the secretary machine, and I can see that the assignment appears in the Assigned to Me view area. Ideally, you would perform the task of copying and then simply click on the Mark as Complete checkbox to indicate that the assignment has been done. With the workflows, the routines of the organization can be widely automated and the tasks can be assigned to the right people at the right time. So for the purpose of demonstrating this feature, I have created these three user accounts to simulate a real workflow. I'm going to create a workflow for approving customer orders from Manama. So I will create a new workflow and give it the name Customer Approval and a description. Next, I'm going to add states to the workflow, which are essentially the different stages of the workflow. And this will be a simple one with only two states, which are preparation and approval. Now I'm going to connect the states to create the logical path of the workflow. So it starts from the preparation state and transitions to the approval state. Going back to the preparation state, I will define the precondition for the state, which means when an object in mFiles will qualify to enter this state. Since this is a workflow for approval of order notices from customers from Manama, I will choose that the order notice documents will only qualify to enter if the customer associated with them is from Manama. Now I will define the action of this stage, which means what happens to objects that enter the stage. Assuming that the policy of the company requires using PDF documents, I will convert the order notice to PDF format. The next step is to assign the file to the secretary user account, as she will be responsible for delivering the notice to the CEO. Finally, I will select the post condition, which means when an object will leave this state. In this case, it would be when the secretary assigns the order notice to the CEO. Moving to the approval state, the precondition to enter this state would be that the CEO modifies the description of the notice to approved. And the action to be taken when entering the approval state is to assign the order notice to employee 1, assuming that employee 1 would take over the process of registering the order. The postcondition for this stage would be that employee 1 adds a revision number to the document. So right now the workflow is ready to be used. Assuming that I'm in the receptionist PC, I have created a customer object called Ahmed that is from Manama, and I'm going to associate it with an order notice document. Since this is a notice order document with a customer from Manama, it qualifies to enter the customer approval workflow, so I will assign the order notice document to the workflow. You can see that the document now is in the preparation stage. Moving on to the secretary machine, I can see that the order notice has been assigned to me. The next thing the secretary does is to assign it to the CEO. In order to transition to the approval state, the notice has to be approved by the CEO. You can see that the order notice appears in the Assigned to Me view. After the CEO reads the notice and accepts it, he essentially adds the word approved in the description of the document, and that would qualify the document to enter the approval stage. Logging in to Employee 1 machine, I can see that the order notice has been assigned to him. Employee 1 would perform his tasks on the notice and adds the revision number, which essentially signifies the end of this workflow. Throughout the course of this project, the main challenge was to deploy the system properly. I was having some difficulty with connecting the system to its database as the user manual doesn't fully specify how to do it. Luckily, I have been able to contact the company IT support and have been able to resolve the issue. In this project, I have gained a great deal of knowledge about how enterprise-level systems operate in general, and further acquired knowledge about myself after reviewing my colleagues' work. Mainly, procrastination is my biggest weakness, and it highly affected my work. However, compared with others, I have noticed that my videos are more polished. So, video editing skills are definitely an area that I should invest more time in for future projects.